Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. This Ramadan series aims to provide some inspiration and motivation. Each discussion will last around 5 minutes and will aim to provide some advice about how we can best use our time to improve ourselves throughout this month. When talking about Ramadan, the Holy Quran emphasizes how quickly this holy month will pass. The Quran says, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Ayyaman Ma'dudat, that these days are limited, emphasizing how important it is to plan our days as effectively as possible to gain the maximal benefit. It's important that we recognize what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala intended for us during this month. To answer that, we refer to Surah Al-Baqarah, the 2nd chapter, ayat 183. The Holy Quran says, when talking about the prescription and injunction to fast, لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ, so that you can gain righteousness. And so that's the aim and intention that we should have. Our other aims of losing weight and whatever else we have in our mind should be subsidiary, and the primary aim should be gaining righteousness and closeness and nearness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that should be a project that takes us time and increases and accumulates in our hearts as the days go by. In order to do this, we have to recognize that there are a number of domains that we need to focus on. It includes our physical health, our mental health, and our spiritual health. Now, all of these are interconnected with symbiotic relationships, but they also require individual special attention. And throughout these series, we'll be focusing on each of these to see what we can do to improve our physical, spiritual, and mental health. To start with, if we think about our physical health, we should be thinking about what foods we are eating at sahur and iftar. Because we know that when the Holy Quran informs us about what we can eat, the Quran does not just focus on halal, but focuses on tayyib as well, halal and good food, i.e., there is an instruction that reflects on everything you are eating. Is it good for you? So while you may think I should go to a halal restaurant or takeaway, ask yourself, is that food actually good? What's its nutritional content? And that will open up your mind. And when you start to reflect on the natural organic foods that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala provides us, you will naturally say subhanallah when you think about such benefits. Moreover, physical health refers to how we spend our days. Are we just sedentary on a sofa, flicking through television channels, trying to get through the hours so that we can eat again? Or are we actually active? Think about the principle of tawaf. We're instructed that in the first 3 circumambulations around the Holy Kaaba, we should actually be physically active and walking around quite fast. And that's because the ummah itself, one of the reasons the ummah itself should not be a lazy ummah and should actually be as active as possible. So it's important that we take this on board. When it comes to mental health, at a time like this, which is a lockdown, a pandemic, it's important that we recognize the importance of not only our own mental health, but the mental health of all of those who are in our households. We have to increase our patience, we have to increase our tolerance, we have to increase our ability to absorb the stress of others so that we can create a household that is peaceful. Now, as we go forward in these discussions, we'll be focusing on what we can do as individuals and collectively to help one another and to gain closeness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Thank you for listening, and I hope that you will join us in the future discussions as well.